Service Meditation. I'm Fran Peck, a licensed practitioner here with Creative Living Fellowship, and it is my pleasure and honor to facilitate our pre-service meditation. So I invite you to just close your eyes and get centered, just breathing in and breathing out, just relaxing, just being fully present right here, right now, following the breath. Breathing in, hold it, and releasing, breathing out. Breathing in, and hold it, and releasing, breathing out. And as you breathe in peace. As you breathe out anything unlike that peace. As you breathe in love. And as you breathe out anything unlike love. Just breathing into that heart space, into the awareness, the power and the presence that there is only one source, one divine energy. And in this divine energy, we rest. So, with the sound of the chime, we just begin to breathe normally now. Hmm. Just wiggling our fingers and toes, stretching, just breathing back into this space, this place, this time, just being fully present. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you for joining me for our pre service meditation. Our service will begin momentarily. Namaste.
Yes. I was just looking for the stand for the book. Is in which box? The same box with this. She wants the other. The box. The other box? Yes. Cool. We got part of who we are, at least what we look like, right? This one? Yes. So we go back. We will once we get the environmental excited, but it's still out there. Just, I have like a frolic moment. What did you? Yeah, the frolic moment, he said. When I used to talk to Chris, and we think change things in the sanctuary, we always have to do. He's the thing. Yeah. With the pieces. I think so too. This is a little too much orange. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Woohoo! Welcome to CLF, Creative Living Fellowship. Please stand and join me in our opening song, Holy, Holy Way. The words will be on the screen.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around me. Oh, let me know that love is all around me. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall. All the ways I fall. Oh, let me know that love heals all. Let me love in a holy, holy. Let me love, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me do it.
Hello, my name is Deborah Covington, and once again, it is always my pleasure to host today's Sunday service. I want to welcome those of you online who have joined us this morning. Thank you for being here with us, and I pray that our hearts will be open and you will receive everything that you desire. And for you here in person, thank you again for showing up on this special Sunday. It's beautiful outside. We are really blessed today. Excuse me. If there's anyone here, which I know there is, visiting for the first time, I would like to invite you to stand, please, if you don't mind. This is Thomas. We welcome you, Thomas, here into our hearts. And he is Paige, our sound tech's BFF, correct? So we really appreciate you being here. Thank you. So here's a reminder of who we are. Creative Living Fellowship is an independent religious science church, and we honor all paths that lead to truth. Our deep intention here is to be a community of love, care, and connection that opens hearts, expands consciousness, and transforms lives. We do that through the practices and principles of the science of mind and spirit. The science of mind is a new thought, ancient wisdom teaching that provides us with tools for living our best possible lives. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, said, "Never limit your view of life by any past experience." Today, our practitioner emeritus, Reverend Mary Jane Hyde, is the practitioner of the day and will be offering our evocation. That will be followed by our congregational chant, and that will be led by Reverend Glenn Swain. I think we all know the words, but please, please think about what you're singing and take that into your hearts, because these are very powerful words, and you can be very interactive with it too. Today, we welcome back Reverend Glenn Swain as our musical inspiration for today. Thank you. It's good to have you back, Reverend Glenn. He will be leading us in the chant, and the lyrics will be on the screen. And after the chant, our gong master, Reverend Christopher Guru Karam Gallagher. Wow. Beautiful name. Not easy for me to say, but beautiful name and very powerful. He will be bringing us our powerful gong wash. There will be a few moments of silence after the gong wash, and then Reverend Mary Jane will be back with the inspirational reading of the day. And so right now, I want to welcome up Reverend Mary Jane for our evocation.
Good morning. And so let's just close our eyes and relax and let go. Just be in this space, in this place, right here, right now, where everything is okay. If we just release anything any cares we had before we came, anything we have yet to do today. And for right here, right now, we're just going to be present in this moment, present with the singing bird, present with each other, and present with the divine that is within each of us. That divine energy that is God, it is love. Always love. It is beautiful song. It is peace, harmony, joy. It is abundant flow, intelligence, infinite intelligence. And it is that energy of life. And that is what is within each of us. It is the spirit, the presence of God. We are individualized expressions of that same thing, that same one presence. And so in this peace, in this quiet, we know that that presence is within us, and we just call that forth. We call that forth, and we just bask in the energy of life, the acknowledgement of all the beauty of its presence. And so in this presence, in this peace, and in the beautiful songbird, I just accept. I accept to know that that divine presence is expressing, it is fully expressed in, through, and as we go about this service. It is expressed through everything, all of the events around the world, that no matter what it looks like, no matter how tragic, how tumultuous things may look, we know that at the center of that is God. And even though it's hard to see it, I accept it that center, that God that is present, is expressing through even the darkest of times. It is like the ocean. No matter what is going on the surface of the ocean, no matter how high the seas are, how tumultuous it may look, if we go down into the center, into the depths of the ocean, it is just calm. It is just life going on, sea creatures living as they always do. It is peace. And it is the calm that we call forth and bring to the surface through all that we are experiencing. And that is what I accept for the people suffering from the earthquake. I accept that at the center of that there is God, and God is working through that and is present. I accept that for the unrest that's going on in other places around the world. And I accept that for us here today, in this country, in this place, in this space, for us right here in CLF. I just say thank you. I say thank you for the energy that is CLF, that is expressing here, how the presence is expressing through each person here as we do this service, and how beautiful that is. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for all of us that are CLF. And in this gratitude, I release my words, I let go. I let go, and I know that all is in divine order, and so it is.
Good morning, everyone. I think we all pretty much know the chant song. If you don't, you just follow along. The words right up here. And I will start us off, okay? All right. The world is a place of great love for all. The world is a place of great light for all. When all's said and done, we're all from the one. The world is a place of great peace. I am a place of great love for all. I am a place of great light for all. When all's said and done, we're all from the one. Oh, I am a place of great peace. You are a place of great love for all. You are a place of great light for all. When all's said and done, we're all from the one. Oh, you are a place of great peace. We are a place of great love for all. We are a place of great light for all. When all's said and done, We're all from the one. Oh, we are a place of great peace. The world is a place of great peace.
So the reading for today, the choice is yours. It's excerpt from It's Up to You by Ernest Holmes. For so long, the world has looked upon things spiritual as being unnatural. that people stand a little aghast at the word. And they are practically incredulous when told that by their own thought, they can reach out and contact the source of all good. By their own thought, they can demonstrate abundance. By their own thought, they can change joy into sorrow or sorrow into joy. By their own thought, they can change their physical environment. It at first sounds so incredible that thousands of us never try it. But when the time shall come that we can speak of spiritual things normally and naturally, when we can get together and talk about our spiritual experiences and no longer feel that such talk is weird, then we shall have removed one of the big stumbling blocks to our growth. The soul feels it is united with the whole, but we have to consciously sense the union individually. Consequently, people with an adequate spiritual conviction are in a better state of health than those who do not have a spiritual conviction. The person who wishes a healing must understand something about spirit. He may do it in a crude way or a refined way, but he must do something to get the conviction into his consciousness that he does not walk alone in life, but there is a presence and a power inherent within him, which is greater than anything he shall ever contact. Then it shall be that his life will be a constant unfoldment of grace, charm, enthusiasm, and a great sense of peace. Namaste.
The beautiful words of Ernest Holmes. That's awesome. Wow. Where is it? Is that from the textbook or? It's up to you, huh? It's really up to me? It is? Okay. Doggone. All right. Yeah, I was coming up here this morning and I was thinking about, it's up to us and prospering and being happy and money in our pocket and in our accounts and manifesting good stuff. I'll do a song that I wrote. It's called Thrive. I was going to work one day. I was working on my first CD and I didn't have a name for the CD yet. And I came up on the stop over near 16th Street, and there was a construction site. And on the side of the gate they had, it said a big old Thrive. I went, oh, that's good. We'll write that. Okay. Became the name of the CD, by the way. And have a song quickly for it. I stopped the worry, healed all the pain, got nothing to lose and got all to gain. I'm gonna be seen around this town, my heart looking up, ain't nobody gonna hold me down. 'Cause I'm gonna thrive, grab all the good that's passing by, living life with no limits, make the most of every minute. I'm gonna thrive, drop it on down into overdrive. There ain't no wait, no second thoughts, feeling alive. Here's my shot to thrive. I'll need a barrel to carry the money. I'll tell everyone I'm going to someplace sunny. I'll take to the streets with no more cares, 'cause I've seen the light, the answer to all my prayers. 'Cause I'm gonna thrive, grab all the good that's passing by, living life with no limits, make the most of every minute. I'm gonna thrive and drop it on down into overdrive. There ain't no waiting, no second thoughts, feeling alive. Here's my shot to thrive. Gonna take this chance on me. Yes, I believe I can fly. Don't you wanna come too? I believe in you. 'Cause we're gonna thrive and grab all the good that's passing by. Living life with no limits. Make the most of every minute. We're gonna thrive. Drop it on down into overdrive. There ain't no waiting, no second thoughts, feeling alive. Here's our shot to thrive. 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 And here's Reverend Sherry for a thriving message.
There you go. I have it. I know technology. Thank you, Reverend Glenn, so much. I'm gonna thrive. Isn't that great? Isn't that a great song? And I love that dropping on down in overdrive. Thank you so much. Let's take a deep breath together. Good morning, everybody. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. I'm glad you came out. Super Bowl's later in the day, so that makes it easier to come this morning, right? Well, we're talking this month about the power in commitment, the power in commitment. And as I said last week, the power in commitment, because the power is in the commitment that we make, not of commitment. That's something that's coming from the external, but it's from the inside, the power in the commitment that we make. And so many things are going through my mind right now. I was just listening to the song, I'm Gonna Thrive. That's a commitment, or it can be a commitment. If you want to thrive, are you willing to be committed to thriving? Are you willing to be dedicated to thriving? Are you willing to be disciplined enough to thrive? Are you willing to do whatever it takes to thrive? That's the power in commitment, because once we tap into the commitment of whatever it is we desire, then it has to follow. The desired result has to follow from there. And so I love that idea. I'm going to thrive. We're going to thrive right here at Creative Living Fellowship. And Creative Living Fellowship can only thrive from each of us thriving, because we are Creative Living Fellowship. So let's just remember that, take a deep breath in as we just move into this time. My topic today is it's up to us. It's up to us. It's up to us. And sometimes, wow, that's not so encouraging, is it? Because it means we got to do something. It means we got to be something. It means that we are taking personal responsibility for our lives, for whatever it is that we are desiring. And as I say all the time, this is a teaching. The science of mind is a teaching of personal responsibility. There's not a God out there somewhere who is withholding or giving. The God is within us, within each one of us. And that one power, that one presence that is God is always giving of itself. It has already given the gift, and it is constantly being itself. And in being itself, everything that we want, need, or desire is already ours. It's up to us to open up to receive it. It's up to us to be committed to doing whatever it takes to have whatever it is we desire, whatever it is we would like to experience, whatever it is that we think that we need, whatever the case may be. But all of that comes from our commitment. All that comes from our commitment. Commitment. And I told you last week that was a big C word for me. So I would run from it. And now I'm learning to run toward it. And I'm still learning every day to run toward commitment. And some days I stumble, and some days I'm pretty good at it. I during the pandemic, I joined this global online meditation group, and we meditate every morning and every evening, and 7 days a week. And last night when I was participating in the meditation, the facilitator said, tomorrow morning will be the 35th month that we've meditated together. The 35th month that we've meditated together twice a day, every day, 7 days a week. And I was really shocked. I couldn't believe, first of all, even though intellectually I know that much time has passed, I was shocked to know that 35 months have passed. And we've been doing this meditation twice a day. I wish I could say I did it twice a day, every day with the group. I meditate every day. But my intention had been setting a certain time in the morning and a certain time in the evening to do my meditation. And I was starting out doing pretty well with 6:15 in the morning, and then either 5 or 6 in the evening, depending on what was going on. And somehow I fell off the 6:15 in the morning wagon, and I started saying, oh, I can do it a little later. Oh, I can do it because it's every hour. You can tune in every hour on Zoom, every hour. And so I started to say, well, I can stay in bed a little longer, and I can do the 7 o'clock meditation. Or maybe I'll do the 8 o'clock, or maybe I'll do the 9 o'clock. One thing that I made sure that I did was to do the meditation, but my commitment to doing it the way that I had said I was going to do it was waning, because I saw little spots where I could hedge. You know, I could maybe avoid the commitment, maybe not be so tied into that C word. And so I really was disturbed by that last night when I was listening to 35 months of twice a day, every day, 365 days. And I thought, you know what? I want to shore up my commitment. I want to shore up my commitment. So I got to decide what time I'm going to do it in the mornings and what time I'm going to do it in the evenings, and then not sway from that, not wander off from that. That's how we get what we desire. That's how we get what we desire. But you know what? It's up to me. It's not up to anybody else. I could blame it on one thing after another thing after another thing. But it's really up to me to decide, okay, this is what I'm committed to. This is what I'm going to do. And it doesn't matter what all the other stuff is that happens. This is my commitment to do it this way. And so that's the way we have to live our lives, and that's what I'm inviting us all to do, to look at what is it that you really want in your life. We talk about science of mind and spirit. It's a teaching that allows us to live our best lives. It gives us the principles and practices and the tools to live our best lives. Do you want to live your best life? What does your best life look like? And then are you committed to doing that? Whatever it takes to live your best life. Are you committed to doing that? What does that commitment look like? These are questions that I have for you today. These are questions that I have for myself every day. If we have a saying in science of mind, treat and move your feet. Treat and move your feet. Treat and move your feet. Well, what are you treating for? What are you, and treatment is our form of prayer, affirmative prayer. What are you treating for? What is your desire? What is it that you want? What are you praying for? And then once you pray for that, are you doing your part? Because you're putting it out into the universe. You're putting it in divine mind, whatever it is you desire, whatever it is you want. By your treatment, you're putting that desire in divine mind. But then there's something that you have to do. It's up to you. It's up to you. And it doesn't mean that you got to get up and make it happen. That's not what you have to do. There's some things that you have to do
if you're treating for health, there's something that you've got to do to make sure that you're doing your part for health to be revealed in and through you. There's something that you've got to do. You can't treat for health and then do all those things that are unhealthy for you. Eating the wrong foods, not exercising, not sleeping enough, not resting enough, or whatever the case may be. For you, whatever it is that is necessary for health to reveal itself in and through and as your life. What are you doing? It's up to you. It's up to you. It is up to you. The doctor can give us all the medicine. The doctor can give us all the treatment and all that, but it's up to each one of us. And the big thing that's up to us is changing our mindset about it. Changing our mindset about it, because another principle of religious science is change your thinking, change your life. That goes hand in hand with treating and moving your feet, because moving your feet is changing your thinking is a part of moving your feet. Changing your thinking about it. If health is what you want, you can't talk about how sick you are. You can't all the time. You can't talk about how bad you feel. You can't talk about how you'll never get well. You cannot think along those lines, even if you're not talking about it. You've got to move into the place of I am healthy, I am whole, I am perfect, I am complete. And using affirmations is one way to really, really, really get in touch with and in alignment with what it is you're treating for. But if the affirmation isn't working for you, if it isn't something that you can believe, then if I am healthy is not something you can believe, I am getting healthier. I'm getting healthier each and every moment. I'm feeling better each and every moment. If someone asks you how you're feeling, oh, this hurts. Oh, that aches. Oh, I'm not doing well at all. Oh, the doctor said whatever. That doesn't work. Whatever it is, see how you can make it affirmative. See how you can change your thinking about it. Because when we change our thinking, we change our lives really and truly. If you aren't feeling as well as you like to feel, start to say, I'm beginning to feel better. Each day, I'm beginning to feel better. Each moment, I feel better. I'm beginning to feel better about the way I feel. I'm beginning to think better about the way I feel. I'm encouraged that I'm beginning to feel better. Whatever it is that lifts your spirit, whatever it is that lifts your consciousness, that's what we need to tie into, and that's what we need to be committed to do. I need to be committed to breathe. Let's take a breath. Let's take a breath. So many things are going on here. My encouragement for you is to make sure that whatever it is you desire, that you are committed to having that. Whatever it is you're treating for, you're committed to moving your feet in that direction. If you are treating for prosperity, for abundance, for money, make sure that you aren't speaking the word against that, talking about lack and talking about limitation and talking about how much you don't have and how much you need. Because all of that just solidifies where you are. It doesn't give us an opportunity to move forward. It doesn't give us an opportunity to allow God to work in our lives, to bring about whatever it is that we desire, whatever it is that we're treating for. So treating and moving your feet also includes the responsibility to speak the truth, the responsibility to speak what it is you want, the responsibility to walk in the direction of your treatment, to walk in the direction of your prayer work. You cannot pray for abundance, or pray for prosperity, and then constantly talk about I'm so broke, or I'm so poor, I'm never going to have enough, I never have had enough. What does that do? Except to solidify where you are, and solidify where you've been, solidify what your current experience is. So if we want to move forward into what it is we desire, we got to be willing to change. We got to be willing to change the way we think about things. We got to be willing to change the way we speak about things. We got to be willing to remember that the word you speak becomes the house you live in. The word you speak becomes the house you live in. If you don't want it, don't speak it. Whatever it is you want, speak it, because your word has power, just like thought has power. Your word has power. Your thought has power. We are always thinking into this universal mind. This universal mind is, we are completely surrounded by it. We live in it. We live and move and have our being in this universal mind. We think into this one mind. And so when we're thinking into this one mind is always bringing to us that which the results of our thoughts. The results of our thoughts. So if we're thinking more about things we don't want, if we're buying into more about things that we don't want to experience, more about things that we'd like to move away from, universal mind is just saying yes. The law says yes, and it brings us more of what we don't want, more of what we don't want. And so what we have to learn to do is to be committed to what it is you want. Be committed to changing. Be committed to changing your thinking so that you can change your life. Be committed to changing your thinking so that you can change your life. Be committed to doing that. And the commitment means that we got to always be mindful of what we're thinking, mindful of what we're thinking, mindful of what we're thinking. We got to be mindful of what we're saying, mindful of what we're saying, because we're always voicing our thoughts one way or another. We're always voicing our thoughts. We got to be mindful of what we're saying. And the minute you find yourself thinking something a certain way, change that thought. Replace it with, if it's a negative thought, replace it with a more positive thought. Just keep replacing it, keep replacing it, keep replacing it. And the neural pathways in the brain start to change once we keep replacing those things, keep replacing those thoughts, keep replacing those thoughts. That's what's necessary for us to do. And that's what commitment will do for us. Are you committed to having good health? Are you committed to having a good relationship? Are you committed to having more money? Are you committed to having peace in your life? If you're committed to having peace in your life, then what steps are you taking toward peace? Being angry all the time, creating chaos all the time, creating discord. If we're committed to having peace, we cannot do those things. If we're committed to thriving, we can't talk about how we're not doing well, how we wish things were better, how things used to be better, how it doesn't seem that things are ever going to get better. We can't do all that. We have to be willing. We have to be willing to be the change that we want to see. We have to be willing to make the changes that we can make in our own lives. And it starts off with changing our thinking, changing our lives. Changing our thinking, changing our lives. Changing our thinking, changing our lives. And that means, as I said, we have to be mindful all the time of what we're thinking, of what we're saying, of what we're doing. That takes commitment, because it's so easy to fall into, oh, it's too late. Oh, I don't really feel like it. I'll start tomorrow. Oh, well, I didn't really mean that. Oh, I wasn't thinking that. Whatever it is, excuses that we make, we have to get to the place where we really are alert, aware, awake, honest, truthful with ourselves. Because again, it's up to us. It's up to each one of us. I was thinking as the song Holy, Holy Way was playing, and I was looking at the words thinking, that's a prayer. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. That's a prayer. We sing that every Sunday. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. A holy, holy way. A holy, holy way. A holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Do you really want to serve in a holy, holy way? If so, what are you doing about it? If so, where's your commitment to that? Do you really want to love in a holy, holy way? If so, are you committed to that? Do you really want to live in a holy, holy way? If so, where's your commitment to that? How is that showing up in your life? How's that showing up in your life? And so I invite you to really think about, what is it that you really want, and how and what are you doing to make sure that you're creating a space for it to be revealed in and through and as your life? Or what are you doing to block it so that you can stop whatever it is. Stop arguing for limitations. Stop arguing for limitations. We do that all the time. Stop arguing for limitations. You can always tell when somebody's arguing for limitations because it starts off with yeah, but. You're trying to help them along. They say, yeah, but you don't understand my situation. Yeah, but you don't understand how I grew up. Yeah, but you don't understand. Yeah, but. When someone starts off with yeah, but that's arguing for limitation. They're arguing for things to remain the same. I'm feeling limited. I don't have enough money. You're trying to tell me that if I change my thinking, I can have more money. And I'm telling you that, no, you don't understand my circumstances. No, you don't understand my circumstances about my relationship. No, you don't understand my circumstances about my health. No, you don't understand my circumstances about whatever. That's arguing for limitation. If I'm not willing to listen and consider a different way, that's arguing for limitations. And so that's one of the things we have to be willing to do, to let go. If I want to live in a holy, holy way, if I want to live, let my heart be a place of peace, then I have to be willing to release those things that would block that peace. Release those things that cause disharmony. Release those things that bring me anxiety and fear and doubt. I have to be willing to let all those things go. But I have to be committed to doing that. I have to be committed to wanting peace in my life. I have to be committed to wanting love in my life. I have to be committed to wanting money in my life. I have to be committed to having to wanting health in my life. If I'm not committed to doing that, to having that, then I'm not going to do the things that it takes to get it. If I'm not committed to doing it, I'm not going to do the things it takes to get it. And so I'm saying to you, it's up to you. It's up to you to have a better life. It's up to you to live in a holy, holy way. It's up to you to serve in a holy, holy way. It's up to you, and it's all about your commitment. It's all about your commitment. As I say every Sunday, I had so many people complaining to me because we were not in person. We go back in person, and many people have not made the trip here yet. How committed are they to having in-person services? How committed are they to having in-person services, or were they just committed to complaining? Because that happens also. We have people committed on fellowship on Sunday mornings on Zoom, saying they didn't like fellowship on Zoom. They wanted fellowship in person. We have fellowship in person here every Sunday after service. How committed were those people who were complaining about not having in-person fellowship? How committed were they to that? Or were they committed to complaining about Zoom? Because we can be committed to, and we can find out what we're committed to by the things that we continue to moan about. to moan about and to groan about. When we are treating and moving our feet, that's what treating and moving your feet is all about. If your prayer and your desire is for connection with this community, then where's your commitment? Where's your commitment to serve? Where's your commitment to give of your time, your talent, and your treasure to this community? If your commitment is to this community, if your commitment is to the same thing in your relationships, where's your commitment to love in a holy, holy way? And for this community, where's your commitment to serve in a holy, holy way? Where's your commitment when you don't show up on Sundays? Where's your commitment when you don't show up to the other activities that we have? Where's your commitment when you don't serve? When you don't give? That's the question I have for you. It's up to you. It's up to each one of us. It's up to each of us to live our best possible individual lives, and it's up to us to live our best possible community lives here at Creative Living Fellowship. And so I invite each of you to look at your commitment level. Are you committed to having what it is you say you want? If so, how's that showing up? Or how's it not showing up? If you're committed to thrive, thank you, Reverend Glenn. If you're committed to thrive, to thriving, then how's that showing up? How are you going to do that? And so I invite you to take to accept this challenge. Decide what it is you want And then look at the steps you have to take to be committed to that for 90 days. Today is February 12th. Thank you. 90 days from today. 90 days from today. Start today to decide what it is you desire and what you're willing to be committed to, and what commitment looks like for you to get what it is you desire, to do what it is you want to do. How do you walk in the direction of your desire? How do you walk in the direction of your prayer? By being committed to it. And what does that look like for you? What do you want to change? What does that look like for you? What are you committed to do to make that change happen? First thing that I invite you to do is always monitor your thinking. Always change your thinking. Be willing to change your thinking, because changing your thinking changes your life. Changing your thinking changes your life. There are no two ways about that. Changing your thinking changes your life. And we have to change it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then we have to change it over again throughout our days, throughout our lives. And so this is what I'm inviting you to do. Accept the responsibility that you have for your own life, for your own healing, for your own thriving, for your own best life. Accept the responsibility that it's up to you to have the kind of life you want to have, to live the kind of life you want to live. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you. So let's take a deep breath together as we just move into that place of knowing and sensing and feeling God's presence right here, right now. That presence that is always right where we are. That presence that is the only presence, the only life, the only power, the only mind, the only breath, the only activity. It's God. And this onlyness that is God is my life. This onlyness that is God is the life of each of us here this day. This onlyness that is God is that from which we can never be separate. No matter what, no matter how separate we may feel, no matter how separate we may act, we can never be separate from this one power and this one presence that is always right where we are. And so I'm just knowing absolutely that each and every person is blessed by this holy presence that is within them, blessed with abundance and prosperity and harmony and balance and joy and love and peace of mind. For that one presence is always available to reveal itself in and through and as each one, as these qualities, whatever they may be, whatever we may call them. All needs are met by this one power, this one presence. And as we are aligned with this one power, this one presence, it is moving in and through and as each one of us, easily and effortlessly. I know that God is the great comforter. And for those who need comfort, for those who need peace, for those who need ease and grace in their lives at this time, God is right where each one is. For those who need healing in the body temple, I know that God is right where each one is. And that every organ, cell, tissue, function, system of the body temple is filled with that healing presence of God. That healing presence of God that is moving in and through each one. Each one. And anything that appears to be unlike it is released and dissolved by the word that's being spoken here and right now. Right here and right now. I speak a word for anyone on this planet needing a prayer this day, where there's unrest, where there's loss, where there's detriment of any kind, devastation of any kind, from the earthquake or from anything else, natural disasters or man-made disasters. God is in the midst of everything. God is in the midst of everything. God is in the midst of every situation, circumstance, and event, regardless of what the appearance may be. And God's healing presence is lifting up those who are in need right here, right now. And so I'm going to open the circle of prayer and pause momentarily so that you may speak the names of anyone you'd like held in prayer. You may speak their names silently or aloud, but you may speak them now. And so for all those whose names were spoken here this day, I know that God is right where each one is, blessing and keeping them. I know that God is everywhere present. And so I simply say thank you, Father, Mother God, for I know that the balance of this day and our lives continue to unfold with ease and with grace and with blessings beyond measure. Thank you, God. And so it is.
So it is. I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. You get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leaves you empty-handed. I hope it still feels small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to set it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. Hope you never fear those mountains in the distance, and never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Love might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let some hell-bent heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. And when you get the choice to set it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to set it out or dance, I hope you dance. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you again, Reverend Glenn.
You're welcome.
One of my favorite songs. I remember singing that.
I like doing favorites. Yeah, favorites are good.
We've come to this place in our service where it's time for our conscious giving. For those of you online, we have given you several opportunities in order to give. You can choose to use the button or the link that you find on Facebook or on YouTube. Also, you can give through our website for online as well as in person. We also have text to give. The phone number is on the screen. And we also have a PayPal account you can use. So there are a plethora of ways to give, and we appreciate your continued financial support. And now we'll have our ushers stand, and they will be coming in person here to collect your contributions while we sing, I Trust in God.
We're so thankful. I'm thankful, so grateful. I'm one in the spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I surrender, I surrender. I'm one in the spirit all around me. I surrender, I surrender. I trust in God. I'm thankful, so grateful. I'm one in the spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I trust in God. I trust in God.
And now we will say our offering blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God. And so it is. Thank you, ladies, Karen and Tony, for serving today. We appreciate it. And now it's time to welcome up Nicole Jordan with our announcements.
Hello, good morning. Thank you. Oh, there we are. So, let's see if I can get the controls right. There we go. All right. Just a little bit off today. Sorry about that. So, a reminder that we offer midday meditations Monday through Friday at noon on our Facebook and YouTube channel. And I just want to do a shout out to Elena. I see you. Thank you for meditating with us. And if you do join us online, please leave a comment and let us know that you were there with us meditating. That's how we know. We do get a number readout, but we don't get a name readout unless you comment. So comment, like, share. Thank you. And we mustn't forget about Monday practice with Reverend Jorge at 6:30 p.m. again through Facebook and YouTube live streams. Get your homework assignment for the week. It comes from Sunday, gets inspired by the Sunday messages, and then that way you get a practice that you can do throughout the week. And if you can find something that you truly love, then you can just do it all the time. But it gives you a lot of opportunities to try that one spiritual practice that's just perfect for you. So 6:30 Monday evening. Our community care and connection with Reverend Sherry is every Tuesday evening at 6:30 p.m. in Zoom. This week, Reverend Sherry will be leading Conscious Conversation. So check in, bond over any insights you received. Let us know how your Monday practice assignment is going, or how meditation is working out for you, or, how have you been using Science of Mind principles and practices? Come share, connect, please. Tuesday at 6:30 in Zoom. The Ernest Holmes book study starts this Saturday, February 18th, with It's Up to You. And how great was that reading from that? I was sitting there during the meditation, the pre-service meditation that we hold at 9:30 on Sundays, and I was getting a migraine. And then Mary Jane did the reading, and it just clicked something with me, and I was able to halt the progress of it. So that was pretty powerful experience. So come on. It's a 6-week drop-in group. Get your copy from Amazon, read through the first 2 chapters, and then join in on Zoom starting on this Saturday, February 18th from 10 a.m. to noon. And then next Sunday, February 19th, is our annual membership meeting at 11:45 in person and through Zoom. If you're not an active member, you are more than welcome to join us and get an update on CLF, where we've been, where we're going. So we look forward to seeing you next Sunday, 11:45. And we're really happy we started this back up, Quantum Chair Yoga with Reverend Christopher. Last month, we started it back up, and we're hoping to keep this as a monthly event. So if you missed January, you got February 26th. Football is no longer an excuse. So be here at 11:45. It's an in-person event. And Reverend Christopher guides us through multiple full series of practices that open and balance chakras. The effects of these practices are that, I mean, there's a lot of words about like changing blood chemistry and glands secrete all this stuff, and your brain starts activating all this stuff. It's a chain reaction event that can really, really help anchor in these changes that you want to make, that you're making a commitment to, right? That you're making that 100% commitment to, and it's up to you to come learn the practices and do them. We do need a minimum of 8 people to have pre-registered for this event, so don't wait till the Saturday before. I'm not looking at anybody in particular. Register today, please. And then after service, we have our practitioners available to you for prayer. So we have Reverend Mary Jane Hyde and Fran Peck. They are fantastic practitioners, and they're here to support you and give you the gift of prayer. Do not walk around with a heavy heart. Get your prayer from them today. And then we also have fellowship across the way at Tatum's Grill. So head on over there, spend some time with Reverend Sherry, and we will have appetizers provided for you. And so she was talking about service today. So if you are called to be of service, you can send me an email at admin@creativelivingfellowship.com, or in here, there's a sign-up sheet back there. Just go ahead and sign up. And I just like to give a really special shout out to Cindy Green for having signed up. She's been doing training with me the last few weeks. And so, sign up, participate. It's how I really started to become a part of the community, was starting with volunteering. So please do that. And also about prayer. You can send in a written request. You can do it through email at prayer@creativelivingfellowship.com, or for you in person, there is a prayer box on the welcome table. So you can fill out the prayer request, put it in there, and our practitioners will pray for 30 days over those prayer requests. And I believe that is it. You can find all of this information on our websites and in your emails. Did you get your email? Okay. I'll double check that. Yeah, that's it. So thank you, everybody. Reverend Sherry.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Let's take a breath together just for a moment. Just a reminder that about service and volunteer opportunities. One of the things that we are starting up again, or wanting to start up again, is the congregant care ministry. And so if there's anyone who's interested in being a part of the congregant care ministry, you can sign on the sheet outside that someone is going to put out there, because they didn't know I was going to say that. So Deb will have the sheet outside. The congregant care ministry, and also the outreach ministry will be starting again. And Janet Story is not here today, but we will be talking more about that as we go forward. And we can always use ushers, and we can always use other volunteers. So talk to Deb, because I don't know what all the opportunities are. But if you are inclined to serve, then we'd love to have you do that as we move forward, because we are growing and we are moving forward and we are expanding, and we are going to need a lot of folks to help out. So I invite you to do that. Don't forget about the treatment for supply. We use that every week. No, we don't. We use it every day, twice a day. The treatment for supply, page 262 of the Science of Mind textbook. Very, 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 very comprehensive treatment by Ernest Holmes, and I invite you to use it because it's life-changing. We used to have it at the end of each service, say it at the end of each service, but now I just remind you to use it, and I'm reminding you now to use it also. I think that's all that I have for closing remarks, except to ask you to continue to connect with each other when you're not here, when you are here, and when you're not here, and bring a friend. Check in on people who are part of our community that you haven't seen for a while, and bring a friend who is not a part of our community so that they can become a part of our community. Keep showing up. That's what I'm inviting you to do, and to bring more with you. So let's just take a breath now as we move into our closing announcement. No, that's not right. Closing affirmation. My mind is still out there. So closing affirmation. So why don't we stand for our closing affirmation? Let's take a deep breath together and repeat after me. Oh, okay. I thought, did you say something? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm committed to treating and moving my feet. That sounded kind of pitiful. Let's start again. I'm committed to treating and moving my feet. And I start by changing my thinking so that I can change my life. As a result, something wonderful is happening in my life right now. I know it, I sense it, I feel it, and I thank God for it. Thank you, God. And so it is. And now here's our closing song, I Release and Let Go.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit